here at the Street Level Conference with Dion Oxford. Dion, you are the founding director of the Salvation Army Gateway in downtown Toronto. What's that all about?
The Gateway is a shelter, a 108-bed shelter for men who are experiencing homelessness. And we just celebrated our 13th anniversary. And so 13 years ago, thank you, yeah, it's been a good 13 years. Lots of lives changed, including my own and the staff's lives as well. We called ourselves the Gateway back when we opened because we wanted to provide a place where when people come through our doors, other doors would open to them, whether that be a door to recovery from an addiction or a door to community or a door to friendship or housing or a door to God, whatever it is that people were looking for. We wanted to be that place for when people come.
What was in your heart, Dion, when you really felt God calling you to do this?
Yeah. When I moved to Toronto 23 years ago from small town Newfoundland, and it was to be a rock star. That was my goal. But my job, as I was trying to be a rock star, was as the cook in an old Salvation Army drop-in center. And it was there that I felt God's call, God speaking to me, saying, "This is home. This is where I want to be." And so I came back in those days, thinking I was here to save people, but I learned early on that I was the one that was being saved. And my story still, now to this day, 23 years later, is that I'm still the one that's being saved. Yeah.
Now, Dion, you've been on 100 Huntley Street before, full circle, and you've shared the challenge that you are experiencing with multiple sclerosis.
Yes.
Tell us how that's going for you.
Yeah, I mean, it's getting the better of my walking now after I've lived for 16 years with MS. For the last couple of years, my legs are definitely are starting to fade. I use a walker and a scooter and things like that. So what I've said to myself is, it's getting the better of my walking, but it's not getting the better of me. I still feel like, in fact, I believe MS for the most part is still a gift for me. I work with very broken people who have been dealt some really bad cards. And I too have been dealt some bad cards. And so MS actually is in many ways now a way to bridge a gap from me who has a lot. I have a home, I have a wife, I have a job, I have things, but I have been dealt some bad cards. So kind of essentially the bottom line is to say it's not about the cards we've been dealt, it's how we play them, how we play those cards. And so it sort of helps to it helps go into a deeper place in relationships with very, very broken people.
And you're able to minister to those people with God's love pouring through you out of your own brokenness.
Yeah, and in fact, I've gone even away from ministering to people and just sort of even considered it as ministering among people and sort of recognizing that in the context of the community, the beautiful gift of community that we have, I get to walk away as a better human being than I was before I started. So ministering with people is the way I've come to prefer talking about the kind of work that we do. Yeah.
Well, at this conference, you're connecting with a lot of other organizations that are working with people on the street. You've got your street level cap on. How have you been connected with this?
Yeah, I've been part of Street Level, feels like maybe 15 years. I've just come off as the chair of Street Level for 3 or 4 years. Street Level has meant a lot to me, both informally in terms of the friends that I've made, the Christian men and women who run ministries all across this country who get it and are people that are like brothers and sisters to me because we really understand each other, what we go through on a day-to-day basis, more so than even the folks we sit next to in the pews. So that's been wonderful, but there's also been very important strategic things that have come out of the Street Level network. We at Gateway, for example, we've gone into what's called social purpose enterprise. We're creating businesses now to help men and women reintegrate into the workforce. One of the things we've done is a laundry called Gateway Linens. I think Huntley Street did a story on us about that a few years ago. And now there are four linen companies all across this country because because of the network, been able to sort of do consulting with different ministries across this country. And what took us 4 or 5 years to build because we were doing it from the ground up, other ministries have been able to do it in a few months because of the free consulting that we've offered and the networking that's happened. And that's just one of many, many stories that comes out of just the fact that we can do more together than we can do apart.
Absolutely. Very practical stuff, hands-on and helping people in such great ways. Dion, thank you for what
Thank
you're
you.
doing. I appreciate you, and may God continue to strengthen you and bless your work.
Thank you. Bless you too.
All right, I better let you get back into the action there of
for
the
sure.
conference.
Okay, sounds good.